from around the world. I bet most of you were just wanking after some fucking porn and then you went like, holy shit, YouTube Shredview has a new video up, gotta click on that shit. And I'm like, don't fucking jizz on my face, alright? Don't come in here and mess up my fucking room. Wank off elsewhere, alright? Now it's time to review Odin Sphere, this PS2 classic that has been revamped and released on the PS4. This was actually the first Vanillaware game. The developer who made this game called Vanillaware. They made some fucking fantastic games throughout the years now. They are fucking glorious, like Dragon's Crown over here, like Muramasa. Oh, Muramasa, fucking superb game. But Odin Sphere was the first game I ever played on the PS2 from this developer. So when I got Odin Sphere, I was like, holy shit, look at this artwork. It looks fantastic. It looks fucking hand-drawn from beginning to end. I was like amazed. Then I started playing it and the gameplay was like, I don't know, man. The gameplay is kind of sloppy. I don't know, a little bit unresponsive, a little bit sluggish, a little bit slow. I mean, the frame rate on the PS2 version was horrendous. When you came to a battle, there were like 10 enemies on screen. You were like, fucking hell, I can't focus. It was like 15 frames per second. You know, I'm not a frames per second kind of guy that go like, oh, 60 frames or nothing. No, 30 frames is alright, but fucking hell, 15 to fucking 17 or some shit. I could feel the slowness. Oh, it was slow-mo attacks, then the enemy comes and you try to guard and you couldn't do shit about it. You're getting hit in the back of your fucking head. You almost had no moves whatsoever in that version. So I tried to play that game 2 times in the past and I stopped playing it around the halfway point, both of my attempts, because everything was a fucking nag in the original. I know many think it's a fucking superb game originally, but I thought it was a fucking clusterfuck mess at times. The combat, like I just said, sluggish, unresponsive. And then you had the alchemy system, which was a fucking hassle. You had to get phosons into the plants on the ground to grow food. And then when you eat that, you level up and shit, alright? It's the same shit in this re-release version. But in the original, you had to wait until the battle was over. Then you put that on the ground and the phosons that the enemies released around you had to go into the plant. If you sucked it to you, the plant was wasted. So after each battle, you had to think, oh, I'm gonna plant a plant right now. Oh, I gotta be careful because in the next screen, the phosons are gone. But in this game, you can now, you automatically suck the phosons to your body and you have like a storage of phosons, which is like a material, like I just told you, that you can grow plants with, used for a level up system. In this game, it's streamlined, it's fucking wonderful, it's easy as fuck to deal with. I still don't prefer planting shit and waiting for shit to grow, but still having that kind of system is alright when they do it like they did in the remake here. So I give that a pass, alright? In the original I was like, fuck this shit straight up the ass with my long finger, and I'm like, it tastes like fucking shit and I hate it. Got tired of that fucking shit. And then we had the gameplay, which is the biggest fucking change in this re-release. I mean, the gameplay went from basic, pretty ordinary shit to the fucking most crazy ass, sickest 2D beat 'em up, side-scrolling, crazy ass motherfucking gameplay battle system I've ever played. When it comes to 2D gaming, my friends, when I played Muramasa a couple of years ago now, I played it and I was like, ooh, this is flowing like butter. I was like slicing through the enemies. It was fun as hell. You had a ton of different blades, tons of moves, and it quickly became one of, if not the favorite 2D experience I ever had in my life. Even better than Symphony of the Night. Even better than most fucking 2D hack and slash beat 'em up 2D side-scrolling platforming games. So when Odin Sphere re-released now and I played this battle system, I was blown the fuck away, alright? All 5 of the characters you play as in this game have a huge arsenal of moves. Some of the moves you use the POW gauge, the POW gauge, and that gauge always refills, so you can constantly keep bashing enemies with super cool effective, badass, fucking insane moves that feels like you're a fucking king of the earth, you're the fucking queen of the land, you're the fucking prince of the underworld, you're the fucking ass whooper of the fucking death and destruction called Oswald. Oh, beautiful! And you also have some magics. In the original game you only had a couple of magics like tornado, you sent a tornado wind. That magic is still intact in this game. But now they incorporated, so some characters have a tornado, some characters have fire magic. It's kind of splitting up the elements between the characters. And you have a special kind of magic system where when you suck the phosons I was talking about before, that you also use to grow plants, you get some points up in the left corner of the HUD. And that kind of builds up points that you can use for your magic. So if a magic spell costs like 15 points, you need to suck 15 phosons from enemies you killed, then you can unleash some insane cool moves. And some of the last moves you learn with these characters at the close to the end of each scenario of the storyline. Holy shit, full fucking fledged cutscenes in 2D where the characters go fucking nuts and you kick ass on fucking everything on screen. It's fantastic, my friends. The gameplay in this game, easily 10 out of 10. Some of the fucking most glorious shit I've ever experienced. I'm repeating myself here. So when you look up on the right during battle, you can see like a map. The original game also had this, but it's very useful because in a lot of 2D games, when you kind of fight enemies, you get back attacked from out of screen and you couldn't even see it coming. But with the Odin sphere system, you can see like a map in the top corner, so you can always look up and see where the enemies are on screen, even outside of what you can see. So if an enemy uses a magic, you can see that magic coming against you, and then you can dodge away from that magic when you didn't even see it on screen, so you can prepare for everything, making it very flawless. You can plan, you can attack, you can get out of the way, you can get into the battle, depending on what every enemy on screen does up on that right little map you see there. I thought that's a fucking glorious thing. Every 2D game should incorporate some kind of system like that. It doesn't need to copycat Odin sphere, alright? But some kind of great focus on total control is what all games need, even 3D games. Most of the games you get fucking back attacked out of screen. Oh, the camera is in the way, I can't see. Oh, I hate that shit. I always get fucking burst up in flames and go like, fuck! When that shit happens, I'm like, fuck this! Fuck that camera! And then I continue to play because I love games. Anyways, another thing they added to the battle system here is a triple dodge. All the characters can dodge out of the way by the press of a button, kind of like a Bayonetta. Have you played Bayonetta? You have a triple dodge and you're completely invulnerable when you do this dodge. So no matter what the enemy sends at you, if you dodge, you're completely invincible. And that's how all the defensive mechanisms in games should be, if you ask me. Most of the games I play, it's like when you dodge, you can see that you dodged at the perfect time, but the enemy still hit you a little, then you get hit, and then you're like, what the fuck was the point of having a dodge if they won't even let you dodge? Fucking hell! You need some invisible moments during these dodges, right? So, let's talk about the story in this game. If you've played the original, you know the story, but for those of you who haven't played shit, and you want to give this game a go for the first time on PS4, I'm gonna say it's 5 main characters in this game. You have to play with all of them. This may turn some people off. I mean, a lot of people want to pick their favorite and go with one character throughout the whole game. In this game, you have to play as all the characters, and it's very diverse. One of the characters flies in the air most of the time, and she uses like a crossbow. It's like an arcade game all of a sudden. The entire gameplay is played out as an arcade shooter, side-scrolling shooter. So if you don't like that, you may not like that part of the game. But still, the stories consist of 5 main characters. The stories intertwine with each other in very, very good ways. Sometimes you're like, when in the storyline is this character's story happening? Is it before or after the other character's story? So you kind of always pay attention to that because it's very well written. No conflict whatsoever as far as I'm concerned with the continuity with the story. So the basic storyline is kind of like a kingdom love story. And you may think, ah, that's fucking gay. Ooh, I don't want to play a love story. But trust me, if you just get through that love shit, which I thought was very well written, greatly executed, then suddenly you will reach some epic fucking world destruction shit that will keep you on your toes. And that leads to some of the most epic boss battles ever in 2D games, my friends. Oh, I can't spoil this for you. I'm just telling you, if you play until the end, you will experience some of the most insane epic boss battles you'll find in the 2D realm. Very unique platforming during these battles too, so you'll feel like it's a complete fresh experience. You start off as Gwendolyn. She's a Valkyrie, and her father is Odin, and she does everything she can to please Odin, but she doesn't feel like she's appreciated. So she heads from battlefield to battlefield in order to prove that she's a good daughter to him. Very kind of a down-to-earth storyline from the beginning. And then it leads to some tragical events that changes her life, forces her into a marriage with another main character called Oswald. And then you go from his storyline intertwined, and then you suddenly start to feel that these characters really like each other, and then some big ass shit around the cauldron. That's the main plot storyline in this game, revolves around a cauldron that can bring about the destruction of the entire fucking planet. And they have to stop it with a magical ring. And it kind of reminds me a bit of Lord of the Rings, that part. But it plays out very differently. I can't spoil the rest. Just play this shit. It's excellently written. Great dialogue. Even the English dub is very good. You can also choose the Japanese dub. I almost did it, but the English dub is just very well done. So, let's talk about the music in this fucking game. Hitoshi Sakimoto! He has some real good soundtracks. And he has some real fucking average soundtracks. I think the main theme in this game is fucking awesome, and it plays throughout the entire game. When a game has a great main melody, main theme, I love when it plays all the time. La 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 la. That's the main theme, and did you like it? That's fucking glorious, isn't it? La 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 la. Good representation of the theme, isn't it? It sounds just like that. Anyways, most of the dungeon tracks are kind of atmospheric, laid back. It fits the setting, but it's not very memorable to me. But it gives you that fantasy flow from beginning to end, and it fits very well. And then the main melodies come in, and you're like, oh fucking hell! I love this fucking music. I love this shit. One melody after another, just keep on pounding those melodies on you, and it's great. You gotta check that soundtrack out. Maybe some of you love the atmospheric parts of Hitoshi Sakimoto's soundtracks. I'm not a big fan of those parts of his soundtracks, like in Final Fantasy XII. A lot of people love that soundtrack. I think it's the worst fucking Final Fantasy soundtrack. But he's a super talented composer, and when he first makes something I love, I'm like all over that shit. Like in Muramasa, he has a team of composers. So I don't really know sometimes if it's his music I love or some of his collaborators. So his entire team goes under a specific company name. I put here, pow, that's their fucking name, right? So all I can say is you gotta play this fucking game. If you love 2D game, if you love artistic, handcrafted graphics, if you like epic storylines, if you like drama in your stories, if you like some epic melodies in your music, you gotta play Odin Sphere, man, because I gotta tell you right now, this gameplay is my favorite 2D gameplay in existence. I play like a shitload of 2D games. This is the fucking king of the hill. All I can say is play this game on hard mode. If you play on normal, you'll be slicing through everything like it's nothing. That's not very satisfying. You got to play on hard mode, my friends. Play on fucking hard mode. Play on hard mode, okay? You gotta play on hard mode, alright? So, that's my review for Odin Sphere. Kamitami, the fucking art director, the fucking director of the original Leifthrasir, the fucking head of Vanillaware, he hand draws most of the fucking art. And it looks fucking magnificent! The dragons, everything, the enemies you fight, the fucking character design, mwah! Excellent artistico, Kamitami, excellent artistico. Let's drink some Pepsi to this game, and I'm gonna give this game like a 9.5 Pepsis out of 10. Now how the fuck do you give a half Pepsi? You can't drink a half Pepsi. If you drink Pepsi, you drink that whole fucking bottle, alright? 9.5 Pepsi out of fucking 10. You must play this game, my friends. Adios, fuckers. Oh yeah, baby.